Hello there. This is Reja-e Busailah again for the poem. Today we're going to change the format a little bit. I'm going to read two poems instead of one, two short ones, and they are going to be kind of curious poems, and they are, in some ways they are similar, superficially I think, but in others they are very, very different. If you compare them a little bit, you'll find them very different. One poem is going to be very subjective, personal really, whereas the other is well, objective. It's you will see. It's quite different from them. Okay, the first poem I'm going to read is called Her Eyes. This is to my wife. It's personal, it's a love poem, but what is interesting, I think you will find about this poem, is that the poem kind of compares voice, the vocal, which is very important to a blind person. It compares it with the visual, which is missing in the experience of this blind person. And well, no, I'm not going to say more. You should get it yourselves, I'm sure. The name of the poem, as I said, is Her Eyes. If the sound of her voice is the spark which puts out the old stars, which inflames the dawn and makes thirstier with the dew the beams of the sun, forever young, forever old. If the sound of her voice is the start which ripples through the day, hour by hour, and tipples in the bright and the red before it comes ashore. If the sound of her voice is the birth and the breath and the pulse in the soul and the spirit of the pulse, I wonder what is left for the light of her eyes. The second poem is quite different, as I said. It is called Helen Keller. Everybody heard of Helen Keller, and I bet all of us know something about her too. The poem is, let me tell you something right now. It attempts to continue, shall we say, with an argument that has, been with all of us for a long, long time. The argument is about art and reality, art and life. Helen Keller was blind and was deaf, and yet she would write about things she never saw and things she never heard. And some people object to that. If you haven't experienced something, you have no right to talk about it, at least as though you did, and you know everything. Some people, and I think I like to subscribe to that, some people say, well, if Helen Keller wants to write like an artist, let her write, and we should judge her poem not as a work of personal experience, physical experience, direct experience, but as a work of art. And if it is a good work of art, it is a good work of art, leave it alone. So this is what the poem really tries to do. How successful I am in this, I don't know, but here it is. It's called Helen Keller. Helen Keller went out for a stroll. Her face was radiant when she came back. She bubbled, though almost soundlessly. She said nothing of the various odors with which swells the air outside and which are known to the inside of no house. Nothing of the harmony of sun and gentle breeze falling upon her skin. It was the grass rippling green tackled and tickled her attention. It was the music of the birds grabbed her heart and soul, she declared. It was the blue, limitless sky moved her to ecstasy. Helen Keller was not dumb, was numb to no truth. Helen Keller was not lying, or was she? Note the word lying here. You know, as far as true experience, physical experience, yes, Helen Keller would be lying. But as far as art is concerned, that's another story. If she succeeded, she did not lie. So, but I hope you liked these two poems, and your comments are always welcome, positive and negative, by the way. And I hope to see you next Sunday. Goodbye.